Okay, so this is what the city looks like after the just concluded Nigerian Bar Association conference that was held last week. By this time last week, it was, I think it was the last day, of their conference. Today's Thursday, a week today, it was the last day of the conference. And everywhere was agog. People were already even leaving town because I understand that some lawyers actually left town that same Thursday, even though that was the main conference meeting of their lawyers. I understand that meeting actually went on until 11 p.m. Some went from the conference spots as the ICC straight to club because they're leaving the following day, so they just want a club one night before they go. Some actually went sightseeing around the city because, of course, the entire city was lit, and some also decided to just sit around, to while away the night into the morning. So a few persons that I actually discussed with, that's a lawyer, was telling me that the conference is not necessarily beyond the serious discussions and serious talk and serious, meetings that comes with it, that it's also an opportunity for lawyers to just unwind and catch up with friends that they've not seen for a while, and even just drop the guard a little bit. That lawyers year in, year out don't even have time. There's most of them who work in high octane speed cities like Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kano, and the likes. That they don't even have time. So the only time they actually have for one full week, beyond the holiday they give them, like the leave period that they give them, is, this particular conference. So beyond just coming to listen to speeches that inspire, that put you on the right track, to reignite your spirit for the lawyer profession, it also gives you the opportunity to just practically unwind, just drop the work for a week and just have fun, so that's what some of them, said. So some of them had the opportunity to go around town. Some, I also told you of one of the videos that I showed you that they went to Pine Forest. A fantastic place, a beautiful place, a place where you would see Enugu's beauty. You could watch Enugu from that top all the way down. Like you could see all the roof of the house, from, that particular location. It was just fantastic. And they were also giving the Enugu, food, the abacha, the uba, the oba. So it was quite fun. So this is what the city looks like after the NBA conference. I mean, this kind of conference should be coming into the state at least once every month. I can imagine what the entire city felt with those amount of persons coming into town. We're talking 20,000 persons. At first there were some fears because, of course, it was moved from Rivers to Enugu. So most people thought that Enugu might not be ready, because this event actually takes 1 full year to plan. So you can imagine when you were told that, all of a sudden Rivers is no longer hosting it and you're going to be the next to host it. And we're talking just 4 or 5 months to that particular event, So they looked around and they said, look, because of what's going on in Rivers State, the Rivers conundrum, that happens to be a sole administrator taking over power, no thanks to the president, they are bringing it here to Enugu State. So when they announced the change of venue, a lot of people kicked against it because there's a lot they have heard about Enugu State. It is bedeviled with sit-at-home Mondays. Insecurity. In fact, part of the reasons why people didn't even come up was because they felt that this is actually not going to pop like they know it to be. But it was actually the other way around, because most of them who, amongst other things, felt that they were slighted by moving the thing from Rivers to Enugu State. They still came. They still came and said, I beg, let's just go and see the city where did they talk, say, yeah, the guy did do it. And they were wowed, especially those from the Southwest. I've seen and read a lot of experiences from people from the North, people from the Southwest, and people from, even people from Bayelsa and Rivers State who haven't actually been to Enugu for a long time, or haven't been to Enugu at all. In fact, some of them are actually even coming to Enugu for the first time. And guess what? They were wowed by what they saw. Well-paved roads, the International Conference Center that is world-class, the well-arranged, orderly manner of people, the vehicles moving from one place to another without any wrong curve, everybody obeying traffic, just basically everything knitted well, to suit a modern city. So it was quite an experience, and I thought that if it's possible to have these kinds of conference every year, or maybe every month, that would be selfish, right? But again, it's just one of the things that brings a city to limelight. Some of them who have even left said they were coming back. The fact that they were looking for a city to do their Christmas, they're going to come this way. All things being equal, it's one of the cities that are going to be in their to-do list to visit and revisit, just in case they have big conferences by the organization, or maybe somebody suggesting where they could go to basically, have everything in one place, or have everything together. So there are other several, conferences that had happened and that will still happen, okay? We have had the Nigerian Guild of Editors come and go. We've had Nigerian Surveyors come and go. I understand that the Society of Engineers also did theirs. Emeka Onyoku also came and did his. There are several trade fairs that happened at the ICC, okay, in this last few months that also give out the location properly. And this particular NBA was actually the biggest. We're actually expecting another special conference that's happening. It's not necessarily a conference, it's like Arts and Culture Festival, Nigerian Arts and Culture Festival that usually happen either in Lagos or Abuja. They're bringing it to Enugu, and that will be in November, between November 22nd and 29th. So it's going to be 1 week long events. We're already counting 2 months to that event. This is September, so we'll have October and November for that particular event. And one would wonder, really, is that the reason why there is this beautification happening in the metropolis of Enugu State? I don't know. Let me know. I mean, one would have thought that this beautification actually started way before the NBA guys came in, And what I also noticed that I thought that the beautification was for the NBA. But guess what? I thought differently, or I thought wrong, because the beautification was not actually for the NBA. Because if it was for the NBA, they would have finished it before the NBA came live. Right? But it wasn't. So they're doing some serious beautification. If you have noticed, if you have seen, like you are looking at this video right now, there are people who are working right inside them, and the place looks really, really, really somewhere around the ICC on the other side, the government house side, down the road just before Toscana restaurant and bar, and the hotel, of course. And then this other side, is also looking really beautiful. I don't know if this is for Christmas or maybe for something else. The state is just constantly under construction. And it looks beautiful from the outset. And I saw a drone shot, courtesy of O Travels, about this. And it's just magnificent. I also drove around that particular location, and I thought to take some videos around it, and it really looks magnificent. Just in fabulous time for Christmas. Maybe the governor is already preparing for Christmas. Who knows? Once September kicks in, everyone is talking about Christmas and talking about the celebrations that is due in December and January, and whether they are going to make their travel, plans and all that. So people will be looking out for these issues or these things, as the case may be. You never know. So I'm just saying. What do you think, though? If you live in Enugu, if you have passed through these locations, what do you think of this beautification? This wonderful, colorful construction going on across the central area of Independence layout that is going on. Lend me in on it if you have seen it. If you haven't, all right, maybe when you pass there, you probably just have a peep. But of course, I've shown you what it looks like right now. Well, let me know what you think of it. I'd love to hear from you as always. See you in the next one.